So welcome tonight to our Team YOLO Down Under training call. My name is Candy and I'm an SSC Plus company. And tonight we're going to be sharing with you about customer care, what that is, why it's so important, and some of the tricks of the trade that we, and some ideas that the lovely Sarah Ali is going to share with us, because she does absolutely amazing customer care. She goes beyond what most of us do. And for all of us, we do know that customers are our life. You know, it's our lifeblood of our business. They make up 80% of our business. So we must look after our customers, because without them, we don't have a business. So I'm going to hand it straight over to you, Sarah, to share away. And at the end, guys, we're going to have maybe some time to share your thoughts and ideas and what's working for you as well. So take it away, Sarah.
Hi guys, so yeah, as Candy said, my name's Sarah. I've been doing the business for about 6 months now. And tonight I'm going to go through with you basically what customer care looks like, I guess what it means, how we might go about it, and most importantly, why we do customer care and why it's so crucial for our business. I'll just start by saying one thing I think that this Team YOLO does really, really well is customer care. My own customer care comes from my own training from my uplines. I've been coached by several of my uplines to really make sure that I do look after my customers, and they've coached me on different ways that I can go about that. And then simply from that, I've just formulated my own sort of little plan and found what's fit for me, what's worked for me, and try to manage it the best way. So whatever I go through tonight, I'm going to go through a lot of things tonight. It's just take what makes sense to you, what resonates with you, and what will work for you and your customers. So it's important that you're in tune with what your customers need and also what fits with you. One thing I actually did realise today is that my customer care has got a little bit sidetracked, and that's one point that I wanted to make, that I find that when we're building and we're thinking about things like teams, it is quite easy to forget about customers, and customers are the core of our business. They're everything, the foundation of our business. So no matter what's going on with momentum, with team building, with having to coach people and do training, we really need to make sure that we do look after our customers. First of all, why do we look after our customers? So they are the core of our business, but they're also, they're going to be the people that are going to refer on. They're going to be if you get a customer that's happy and they become a raving fan of the product, they're going to refer on, and then they'll possibly become a team member. So it's really important that you develop that relationship with your customers, so that you can have the opportunity to have access into their little network, I guess. I also get amazing feedback, and I learn a lot from my customers. I mean, the results that I get from my customers, whether they're good results or bad results, or the results that are frustrating because I haven't been taking it, it's really important that you learn from your own experience with your customers so that you can do better and help people in further with in the future. As I said, it maintains the consistency in your business if you look after your customers. And it becomes quite a rewarding experience too. So my story every single week builds. My Juice Plus story builds because I'm learning from my customers and their experiences. I think also with customer care, it's really important to show that we are a relationship business. And it's important that your customers are able to connect in with our community. So they need to have access to that community. They need to understand that we're more than just a product. We're not just a sale. We value add all the time. We do events. We have Facebook groups. We have programs. There's a number of things that surround this product, and it isn't just about taking a product and off you go. Okay, because they'll fall off the wagon. They'll forget to take it, or they won't become engaged. This product is, I actually believe it is a catalyst for health. It's one thing. But if you understand health is holistic. It needs to come from the mind, the body, the food we eat. It is holistic, and that's what this company is all about. That's what I love. But it's important that your customers understand that about you, and you teach them about that. And value add is everything. So that's what customer care is all about. It's also important to get them to understand the product. I think a lot of people might take this product think that it is going to be like a drug. It's going to change some kind of chemical reaction in their body and they're going to change instantly. It's not going to happen. This is health. This is nutrition. It takes 90 days for our blood to turn over. It takes time to heal on a cellular level. So it's really important that people understand the process, and that perhaps they might not feel changes or they might not feel amazing straight away, but so long as they start to listen to their body, maybe tick a few things off the list and have a think about it for long-term health, then maybe they will become engaged and they'll actually follow through and they'll stay customers. So that's sort of the why. I was going to run through with you now. There is a customer care program in the Starting Strong files, and it runs through a day-by-day guide of what to do for your customer. Now with this I'll run through the day-by-day guide just because it has some amazing links and resources to things that you can deliver to your customer. I just use bits and pieces of it. I take what I like and then leave the rest. You can follow this as a script though if you would like. If you're lost, especially at the start, when you're starting out, you can just use this day by day by day, but it's actually quite comprehensive. I'd imagine it would be hard to keep up the day by day with individual customers. So the first thing that they do say to do is just day one, you send out your text message and make it exciting. Like really get excited for them that they're making a change to their health, and celebrate that with them. So that's really important. That's one thing my upline did with me straight away. She got excited and I was like, oh, this is cool, it's exciting, she loves me and she cares, and so really get excited about that. That means a lot to people. That makes them feel special. So that's just the first thing you need to do. So send out a message, whether it's a text message or an email, and get excited for them. Make sure that you explain the costs. So really set that out for them. So they're going to be shipping on this date. This is going to be much. This is going to be deducted. You're going to have this shipping fee. So be really clear so that you don't get any questions or mishaps about what people are ordering. It's just really important to be, I guess, professional in that manner in regards to payments and things like that. So then the next thing, so that's sort of that's the first things. The next thing they've got on this little program is day 3 to email the real benefits of Juice Plus. So again, it goes back to that, trying to get them to understand what Juice Plus might be able to do in their body. So you can use the research and explain to them that healing on a cellular level, so that they understand what it might do and the fact that it is going to take time. So that's sort of the next thing you can do. Day 4, they've got here, call your customer, which is a really good idea, and I think that I get slack with that. It is important to check in with your customer in the initial stages. Just make sure they've got the product, that they're taking the product, that they're starting off with just perhaps the 1 capsule and then adding the 2. So just see how they're going so that they do. And especially I find that people they do have questions. They often won't ask you. For example, they might be a little bit gassy. Okay, and you do send through those documents, but just ask them and they'll often come back with you, oh, I'm not really sure, but they won't be game enough to call you. Okay, so make sure that you call them and you broach the subject so that they feel like they can open up about those little kind of issues. Sending a text message. So again, like you could just remind them, give them some little daily reminders at the start to make sure that they are taking the product, because people forget. It takes a little while to get into the habit of taking Juice Plus every day. It can be quite new for some people if they're not used to taking pills. They've got on here, send a little motivational video. So again, it's just that value add. So you're sending something to them in the morning. It's going to make them feel a little bit better about their day, put them in a positive mindset. Again, it's all part of becoming a more healthy person. Sending recipes. I do this a lot. I love my food and I love my healthy food and my whole food, and that's what we're all about. That's what the company is all about. We're all about whole foods. And we're not a meal replacement. We're just adding in that nutrition, so they need to understand that they can make changes with their food that they're eating every day, which is where your programs and things come in. So you need to make sure that they know about those programs that they can use, where they have access to recipes. Positive affirmations are great. Again, little messages, you can send them a little text message so they wake up in the morning, get a little positive affirmation. All these things also, they're added on our community page. So as long as they're connecting in with the community page, they've got access to all this as well. Day 10, a did you know message. This is a good one to send out. So there's a lot of research behind Juice Plus. So you could send out a little blurb explaining some of the research that has been done by the universities. For example, the cardiovascular disease study, just put like a really simple little statement that makes them think, oh, okay, wow, that's impressive. Because most people won't read the research. I mean, it's quite hard to understand. So if you just send that out to them so that they can read it and they can understand it, then they're getting that in their head about what's going on in their body again. I think that's about it for the customer care. Little did you know message, every 35 days your skin replaces itself, your liver, about a month, your body makes these new cells. So these kind of little messages that you send out about what Juice Plus is doing in your body is going to really add value to that customer. We've also got access to all of those cookbooks on the Embrace Share Inspire community, so you can be connecting in with them on those. It's just all about, this is all value adds. So you can value add all throughout the entire process that a person is your customer. So that's kind of the customer care program that is given to us, which we can all utilize. Personally, there's a few things that I do. First of all, I send out the email, the excited email. I send out the important documents, so the gas and the wind. And there's a couple of other things that I like to pop in the mail. Now, there's one here. This one's called Jumpstart Your Journey. I don't know if you've all seen it. I often just print this out and actually post it to my customers. Okay, because a lot of these documents just get lost in emails. They get lost in messages. People click, don't have time, whatever, don't go back to it. If you post them something, it's actually kind of special to get something in the post these days. So if you post it to them, they're much more likely to put it up on their wall and utilize it. So this one actually just says it's about adding one simple change a month. So you can eat more whole foods, drink more water, get more exercise, sleep more, stress less. So it's just going back to that, we are a holistic company. Like, these are all of the things that you need to do if you really want to begin a really good, strong journey towards better health. So I like to send this out, the actual copy, to my customers, so we've got their addresses. Again, I go through, make sure I professionally tell them about the money, how much is going to be deducted from their account and when. And I also, there's another document that I've been given, and it's quite good. You can use this, it's about getting as much information from your customer so that you can go back to them specifically with the issues that they were having. So you can ask them specifically what they expect from their Juice Plus experience, so that when you go back to them, then that you sort of know where to start and where to go from with them and how they might be able to help that. So this, I've got an experience questionnaire, and the questions on it, this is another one you have access to. It's just, why are you making the decision to take Juice Plus? So it's understanding why they might take it. What are your expectations? Would you like to enhance your Juice Plus experience with another program? And then about the children's health study. So it's a good idea. You can just on each individual customer that you have, just jot down a few notes about them so you know where to go back with them. So also that customer service becomes personalised rather than just very general, how you're going, because you forget, you kind of get lost, you lose track. Okay, so that's kind of all the pieces of paper that I use. What I do every single week, I found it actually, as your business grows, it gets kind of difficult to keep track of where you're at with every customer. I'm yet to making a spreadsheet and organising all that. It will happen. But I find that I actually collate a lot of that information into a general email, and I just send them all out, send one out a week to my customers. So my email looks something like, I actually wrote one this afternoon. I usually give some kind of Juice Plus value add information. So for example, a couple of weeks ago, we listened to Stevie Coulter speak, and he discussed a particular research study about the arteries of the hearts and how they contracted and became constricted after consuming a high-fat meal. So I actually put a little bit of information just in a really easy to understand blurb at the start of that, because I found that amazing. So I thought, maybe my customers will want to read that. So I put that little blurb in just explaining that, because it was a little bit of a wow, this product's amazing type thing, a little bit of promo. And then I put in some general health information. So I was reading some information about dairy and how that impacts with inflammation in the gut. So it's about gut health. So just a little, I'm always sort of doing my own health research. So I just added my own little information about that. And then I like to add usually a recipe. I've got lots of healthy recipes. Food is my thing. People love food. And other, if not a quote or a video link or any of those resources that are in that customer care program that I had before that is in the Starting Strong, any of those kind of things really, yeah, they work. You just add those in. So I find that sending out that once a week connects me with my customer without having to worry so much about, oh my God, where am I at with this customer? Where am I at with that customer? So that's sort of how I do it. I know there's lots of other little tricks. I know that Susie has these little text messages, you know, with who is it, Channing Tatum, you know, on there. You send them out to people. Have you taken your Juice Plus today? People love getting those kind of things. So there is little quirky, humorous things. I remember Bron was on a call a few weeks ago, and she was saying she likes to leave the voice memo messages because they are, again, more personal. It's easy. It's harder to detract from the message that they're giving if it's a voice message because the emotion comes through. So there's all little tricks that you can do individually to kind of connect with your customer. It just depends on your personality and what your customer's needs are. So I think that is it for tonight, guys. I would love if you have anything to add, that would be amazing. Because I know everyone does things a little bit differently. I've only been in the business 6 months. I know that some of you have been in it for a couple of years and, like, you know, have a lot more knowledge to give, especially you, Susie. You've got lots of little tricks and little tricks. Does anyone want to share?
What I've found over time now too is because quite often you try and connect with someone on the phone and then you realise that they actually don't want to pick up the phone. So really working out, at the beginning is really important. Ask them directly, how do you want me to contact you? Is a text message preferable? Or, you know, I really love to give people a call so I can hear how you're going, but is that the way you like to be contacted? Yeah.
Yeah, really, really good point, actually. Yeah, especially even with the emails. I find that some people, I'll immediately email them the information and they don't necessarily check their emails. So now if I ask for an email or a phone number, I say, what's the best way to contact you? Rather than just, okay, what's your email? It's giving them the option. Yeah. Anybody else?
And it's also plugging them into events, guys, really doing those events, getting them to, you know, if they're having a great experience, get them to host a party. Get them to host, whether it's an in-home, it's a wine and wellness, or a salad in a jar, or a raw treats, clean eats, or whatever it might be, mummy's on a mission, or whatever it might be that's going to relate to that customer. Because, again, they're passionate about it. They're having great results. They want to tell all their loved ones about it. And therefore, you're going to at least expand your customer base, or you're going to start that person off very strong in their own business. They can kind of see the potential that it has to help more people outside of your own scope and the people that you're speaking to. And they get to meet all the other like-minded souls, because how many of us are kind of missing a community? You know, we want to go to a party, but it might be all about drinking and all about this, and you're like, oh, I don't really fit anymore. So this can be a community where people can come and feel normal in the healthy world, and reconnect with other like-minded people, same mission, same lifestyle, same outlook on health, without being kind of maybe looked at funny or the hippie in a sense. So make sure you plug them into, whether it's a Zoom call or in person, get them along to the events. And sending out stuff in the mail, as I said, it's amazing to send things out in the mail. So if you've got a capsule customer with any letter you're sending out, send them out some shakes, you know, with a little recipe, a smoothie recipe attached to it. Sarah does this amazing she always attaches a smoothie recipe to one and a raw treat recipe to another. So then they're getting the option to try the shakes as well, and you've now given them kind of like 2 little recipes to go with. Is there anyone else that wants to share what they find is working? We've got about 2 more minutes, guys.
I'm just going to add one more thing, Candy. I forgot to say also, I've just started doing it with my customers when it's getting to the reshipping time, the reshipment. I'm actually sending out another letter in the mail, and it's using these positive signs to look for one. So I'm using it now at the end of the experience, so that if it's kind of getting to the end, I'm like, oh, like it's not quite doing what I hope it would have done. I have all these really high expectations, but perhaps they're not quite thinking about it. People aren't quite in tune with their own body. So if you give them a list, are they sleeping better? And they go, oh yeah, maybe I am sleeping a little bit better. Or, maybe I do feel a little bit like I'm recovering from training a little bit quicker. Like, it gets them to think about that before they're about to reorder too. So it's a little bit of an incentive to continue on. Yeah. Anyone else? I think that's about it, Candy.
So that was really, really